Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Dychronic here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be showing you where the Xur is, his random rolls, his inventory, all my recommendations, all that whatnot for February 7th, 2020. So you can find the Xur in his regular location here in the tower. All you have to do is head over to the courtyard, make your way to the hangar, and in the top left section of the hangar, you can find him here on these railings. This is usually where he is when he's in the tower. This is a high overview of everything that he does have available. Let's go ahead and check out the weapon. Black Talon, one of the leading swords in the game, definitely for PvP because of the fact that you can actually use the heavy to fire a projectile, meaning that you don't actually have to stay close range and be melee, which is the biggest downsides to most swords. So I am definitely glad that they will be updating swords. It will be completely changing how swords work in the next season, which if you did not know, check out the recent twab that says the Crimson Days on it, or my video on it. I did talk about it very briefly. They're going to be changing swords completely, which is definitely a good idea because between them and shotguns, it always seemed like, well, shotguns are better. As far as the sword right now, it has impressive DPS with its heavy, however, not a lot of total ammo damage in PvE, and of course, you can shoot it in PvP, obviously. The Catalyst actually came out this season. Just get it from random kills, and then you can get kills with it to get the progress on it. And then lastly, it does have an ornament. As far as it goes, swords are really not that useful, so I never really use it. And I also continually forget that I have the Catalyst for it. As for the Hunter exotic, we have the Knucklehead Radar, an exotic that came out with the base game with the perk called Upgraded Sensor Pack that provides radar while you're aiming down sights and enhances your radar resolution while you're crouched. Now, enhanced radar basically means you have a skinnier slice on your radar so you know more accurately which direction the enemy is. And I would say that this is an exotic that was forgotten about. This is an exotic that should have gone through exotic buffs. Technically, it is a positive. It is something that, I know the voice great. It is a positive. It is something that benefits you, but it's never, there's never a situation that I specifically want to have this on, and that inherently is the problem. So I think Bungie definitely needs to take a look at this and change stuff around, maybe add something similar to the One-Eyed Master where you can see people through walls, or some benefit that's strong, because literally, if I have every other exotic in the game, I'm probably going to use another exotic. As far as the role goes, primary discipline is not the best on hunters. I find I personally don't like a lot of their grenades. Secondary mobility is common for hunters, so I'd say maybe a below average roll for a terrible exotic. Oh, and apparently it has an ornament that makes it look, yeah, exactly the same. For the Titan exotic, we have the Lion Rampant, basically your sprint boots for your Titan, making it so you have additional aerial maneuverability. Kind of hard to say that, by the way. I've botched that so many times in a row. And enables you to have accurate hipfire while you're in the air during lift. Now, I've done a lot of measurements, and I have found that the Lion Rampant allows you to move faster over time, more than that of the Dune Marcher. So if you want faster movement, this is how you do it. On top of the fact it allows you to go to the side, backwards, and all that stuff a lot faster as well. So if you want speed, you want to chase down targets, you want to escape targets, this is the exotic for you. On top of the fact that during jump puzzles, you don't die as often because you don't run out of lift when you're about to make it. As far as the role goes, having a primary in mobility is definitely great synergy with this. Secondary in intellect is always good to have, and a tertiary in resilience. I would say very above average role for a top 10 Titan exotic, which is a video, by the way. It's coming out this weekend, so stay tuned for that. And also it has an ornament, but all it does is remove the tiger or the lion and the 7, and that's not really that great. And finally, we have the Warlock exotic known as Aeon Soul. Now, I would say in general, all of the Aeon-S exotics, if you gather them all together in one group, they are the second worst exotic in the entire game. You get bonuses to grenade, melee, or dodge depending on your class, and if your teammates also have an Aeon exotic, they also get bigger bonuses and you get bigger bonuses, but the bonuses are really not that important. As far as the role goes, primary and strength is not a synergy with this and is not a particular bonus for Warlocks. Secondary and recovery is always nice to have and definitely something common on Warlocks. So below average roll for a terrible exotic that doesn't even have an ornament, completely forgotten by Bungie. I think that they could do something really cool with this exotic, something that will make us want to work as a team and do something interesting, like something like the Rat King where things get exponentially crazier. And even now the Rat King doesn't get used that often. I still want to see something interesting come out of this exotic. And that's gonna be pretty much it. Make sure you're picking up your 5 of Swords for high scoring Nightfalls, picking up your Invitation of the 9 for some powerful gear and lore, and finally the exotic engram, which any exotic engram, by the way, guarantees you an exotic that you do not have from any of the world drops from any of the seasons. And that's it. That's the end of the video. That's the end of the Xur. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions, concerns, tips, tricks. If you like giraffes, let me know in the comments down below. Of course, my name is Dychronic, and I will see you guys on the next one.